Hey guys, how's it going? Peter here. We are back with another video in the Quick Tech Deck Hack series. As I'm sure you guys remember, our trusty old pal here with the foam grip on there and then the little pivot cup material. We're going to do some more work here with this and see if we can make it work any better. I'm not really going to shoot any video of me using this right now. Before we do the upgrades here, the pimping out, as it were, of this tech deck, I think we got a pretty good baseline there. So let's go ahead and just get right to business here. I'm going to show you what I got planned for this video and get it done. As you guys can see here, I've got everything laid out beautifully on my little workstation. We are going to be swapping out these trucks, bushings, and wheels for these trucks, bushings, and wheels. These are Baron wheels here. You can find these online, various stores, eBay, Amazon, wherever you guys shop online. You should be able to find these. Nothing too bad. We've got some nice bushings here that you guys have seen before with the washers. I do have something else that I want to do with bushings and washers, but I don't have the correct size for what I need. But I do have something planned for that someday soon, so keep your eyes out for that. First things first, let's go ahead and just take off. We'll take off wheels on one of these sides here. And these things are cranked on here from the factory, which is totally fine. I mean, they still spin. I am not kidding, these things are cranked on here. These are not supposed to come off. So let's just go ahead and take this off here. And the reason why we're taking this off is over time, when you're using this starts to move around. And these are literally just little discs of plastic. So what happens is you start tightening that down right there. And then, you know, you're bending back and forth over and over and over again. So all of a sudden it gets loose again, so you gotta tighten it down more. And we might even be able to see this here just off of that little bit right there. If you guys look really closely, you can kind of actually see this has an inner ridge and an outer ridge, and then there's this big recess here. That's actually from this this nut being tightened down here. It's actually causing that. So eventually, that's just gonna wear out and not exist anymore, and that's not good. And that's why people have a lot of troubles with them. And that's why they switch over to aftermarket bushings, which is what we're gonna do here today. Yeah, the other one's got it a little bit too, just from being pressed into the center of this truck. Let's go ahead and back this back out and switch everything over. So we have both trucks free. We've got our other pivot cup here. Let's get that back in real quick. And while I'm doing this, I do have plans for a third episode of this with maybe not quite as quick as what we're doing here today, but I definitely have some more stuff that I want to be doing to this board because I think we can take it just that much further. Let's go ahead and get these bushings off of here now. I have them on this little piece of wire so they wouldn't go flying everywhere on me. So we have our 4 washers and the 4 little O-rings there we're going to be using for bushings. These are all uniform sizes, by the way. If you guys can't really fully tell, but these are all for the same size. Again, if you guys are looking for your own, you can find them on the internet. I got these personally on eBay. You should be able to find them on Amazon. Just look up like fingerboard bushings, Amazon, eBay, just into like a search, and you should find some stores that sell them. But like I said, I just got these off of eBay. Nothing too crazy there. Does the job. So let's go ahead and take one here. Put one on this side here. Let's zoom this in actually. Okay, so here we go. We've got one of the washers on already right there. Let's grab one of these little bushings. Slide that right down on there. Then we will take the truck. And I don't know about you guys, but I always put the pivot end here. I always put that in first, especially when you're dealing with these pivot cups, just so it doesn't get smashed or bent out of shape or anything. There we go. Truck is halfway on now. There we go. So that is all in place there, looking real fresh. Grab one of the grab a nut here. There we go. Well, this is going to be good. I do like a little bit of looseness on my trucks, guys. That might not be for everybody, but I personally like them. If you want them a little bit tighter, there are some things you can do for that. Of course, maybe get some more of these O-rings. Or if you really want to try, you can try to smash one of these down. Or if you have some of these stock plastic bushings already smashed down, like a little spacer, you guys can try that. I also am very preferential to not having the nut sitting too far down below this threading. Personal preference, I just don't like how it sticks out, and if you're doing like a Smith grind or something, it scratches on everything. You could actually file that down if you wanted to. We can cover that in another video though. Repeat the same process over here. Washer, O-ring, truck. And how I'm picking these up, guys, if you're wondering, especially if your fingers aren't too nimble, you can use something like maybe like a tweezers or something. What I do is you can just take your finger and just, you know, get a little damp, lick your finger real quick and then wipe it off. That easy. You can just pick it up and then you can take it and kind of guide it right on the truck there. Same thing with the washer there. Get it in place. And then I always lick the socket here. I always give that a quick lick. It just helps picking up one of those nuts. And as you can see, it's not falling out anymore. That's still right inside there. Get that set into place here. Again, I don't like to go down too far onto the threading. I don't mind the trucks being a little bit loose. Personal preference. Get those wheels on now. This is probably one of the biggest upgrades you could do to a tech deck, coming from the plastic wheels. This is literally just molded plastic right there. Usually the lines on the sides aren't too good. You can actually kind of see how that's kind of just dimpled in there a little bit. Doesn't really roll the greatest. If you put any pressure on it, it just slides. It doesn't even roll anymore. But these are actually going to be on bearings. So we can press down on those hard as we want and those will roll. Here we go, get those last two wheels on. There we go. Just gonna tighten the rest of those up there real quick. Make sure those are all on there. And there's a little bit of a gap, so we could put like some spaces if we had a wider board, which I have shown before. So there's a little bit of a gap there. I'm not too terribly worried about it because I will be switching back to these trucks at some point in the near future. I just have to do a little work on them if I wanted to use different wheels. That's for another episode. So that's all attached on there. Like I said, these are going to be really loose, but I like loose trucks. And what I just mentioned a little bit ago about the wheels kind of having like the that little bump. Here, let's see if we can find one here. So you can kind of possibly see on the camera there. There's just a little bit of asymmetry, I guess you could say, on the wheels, where they didn't form the mold properly. And because you're having that that little bit of unbalance there, it's gonna just mess with everything. That is actually on these wheels too. These wheels aren't exactly perfect. They're a lot better, I will say that. But there are still gonna be some imperfections on there. Just keep that in mind, guys. Some wheels, if you spend a little bit more, you might get better wheels. I personally just find the most affordable ones and go from there. They work for what I need them to. And if you get really buggy about that, you could always try to sand them down or something. Smooth them out yourself. Again, we can do that on another video. But now that we have this all set up, folks, let's go ahead and see how it rides. So obviously one of the first differences that you're going to notice about bearing wheels is this right here. See, that just glides across the table here. This surface isn't necessarily the smoothest, but I'm barely touching that and it's just going. So now that we have that all set up, a little bit looser trucks, let's see if we can pull off some tricks. So I'm sitting here editing this video and I realized that I forgot to film an outro for it. So here we are, some days later, and just gonna wrap everything up. Once again, this board, super duper sick now, with the bearing wheels, the new trucks, the new bushings, and all that fun stuff. Still have some more I want to do to it. We'll save that for another video. I do want to thank you guys for watching this one, watching the first one. All the comments and everything, I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for that, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below, like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you can see more of this stuff, all that fun stuff. You guys have a great rest of your day. Get out there, do something fun. Get some time to relax. See you guys next time.